Okay, this is going to be an example of how you can attack the assignment, okay? The very first thing you want to do is look at the formula. And in this case, we're asking you to do an ID. And an ID means you have your independent clause first, then your subordinating conjunction, and then your dependent clause. So my very first step is to go over and look for my dependent clause, or not my dependent clause, for my subordinating conjunction, excuse me. In this case, it's even if. So I'm going to put that over in the box because I know that that has to be the connector. It has to be that marriage, that thing that joins the independent and dependent clause. The next thing that I want to look for are possible subjects. The way you can do this in these examples is you want to look for either a word that appears twice on the list, or maybe something like if I were to say Bob, then another way to say Bob might be he or his. If I were to say Sue and Bob, another way to say it might be they or them. So I'm going to look for those similarities. In this case, I actually have the same word. So I have we written twice. And I'm not going to put it in the box yet because I might have to change things around. The next thing I want to do is look for my verbs. Okay? Verbs are sometimes hard because they're not always actions. Sometimes they're linking, sometimes they're helping, okay? In this case, I have a few verbs. One that I know I have is win. So win is a verb. Another that I have is, they're either helping or linking verbs. I don't know yet, but the word have and the word might, all right? So now I've got my possible subjects, my possible verbs. Then I'm left with the rest of the sentence. So my next step is to look at my subordinating conjunction, and I have to know its purpose. So the phrasing even if is really telling me a contrast. It's telling me a difference. So now I need to know, well, if one thing doesn't happen or doesn't occur, then this might happen or this might occur. So that word not is going to have to go somewhere over here. Sometimes selecting things isn't my best. So it's going to have to go somewhere in with my verb phrasing. The reason I know it has to go somewhere with my verb phrasing is because one thing is going to happen and the other isn't going to happen. And that's what the word not tells me. Okay. Next step is to try to put all of these fun little verbs together. So if I were to start with have, okay, we have win. That doesn't even make any sense, okay? So I'm going to move that back down. So I know that doesn't work, which means that the word might needs to be able to fit with the word win. So again, not so great with the clicking apparently. So now I have we might win, okay? I have some verbs, we might win, and then I have we have not. So we have not. And let me look at the rest of the words. The best team. Oh, wait a second. The best team. That already flows together, right? Whatever words I put here, okay, so we might win even if we not have. Let's say I put that. Even if we not have. Can't do that. Doesn't make sense. So even if we have not, then I'm looking over here and I'm noticing, well, nothing even goes with that at all. So then this word not needs to move back up to my first sentence, right? And then we not might win, that doesn't make any sense. So how about we might not win? You all know how much, apparently, moving and dragging things likes me today. My bad. Oh, boy. All right, so we move stuff over. Might, win shouldn't go there. We might win, but now I'm left with we might not win. Okay. And then we have the best team. So once I have my subjects and my verbs in order and I know what my subordinating conjunction means, what its purpose is, then the rest of the words you should probably be able to fit with these sentences, okay? So we might not win. So we might not win the best team. We might not win team. We might not win best. None of those things fit. So they have to fit on the second part, right? So we have best, we have team. You have to figure out what logical order they should go in. And obviously the logical order is we have the best team. Next part is to decide their order. Remember that independent clause is that main idea. So what's the main idea here? The fact that they might not win, or they might not win because they have the best team. In this case, the fact that they might not win is your independent clause. So I'm going to move we and might and all those fun little words up into the top here. So we might not win. And then even if is my subordinating conjunction, and I'm going to move we have the best team after. And again, in this sentence, my independent clause has to come first. My dependent clause has to come second. The only thing that I'm missing in this particular example is my ending punctuation. I don't need a comma because it's an ID sentence. When you look at the formula, there's no comma written in the formula, so there should be no comma written in your sentence. The only thing that there should be is a period at the end to end your sentence. Okay? Please notice mine is not lined up all nice and perfect and pretty. Okay? You have another option of doing this, which is you could manipulate all of the words, and then you can just type in the box what you think the sentence is. What I mean by you might be able to just go and type in the box what you think the sentence is or what the sentence has become, is you can just go right into that text box and you can write what you think the answer is. So we might not win even if we have the best team. Okay, so once you get it into your order, into your words here at the bottom, you can certainly just type it into the box. It's up to you. But again, your step should be find that subordinating conjunction first. Find your subjects, find your verbs. Look at the words after, okay? Determine the purpose of the subordinating conjunction. Then put them all together and see what you come up with. Obviously, you're going to have to move things around and see the best that you can do.